What's up, everybody? Renfail here. Hopefully, you're doing well. Today, I wanted to take you guys through a low level build guide for the Mentat. Specifically, I'm going to take you through my build guide, why I'm playing the character the way I'm playing. I'm going to show you a little bit of the character in action. I think, maybe, hopefully, as long as the mobs up top the cliff are there when I need them to be. And just generally speak on why I've chosen the build that I've chosen for this particular character. Now, it's worth noting that the context of the way that I play the game is as a solo PvE Care Bear survival crafter. I don't care to do group content. I might occasionally do co-op stuff with my friends, but I don't care about PvP at all. I won't be participating in PvP. I'm just here to exist on Arrakis, to build really cool buildings, and to be able to solo content and to go out there and do the story of the game, to complete contracts and missions and do all of that stuff on my own without needing to rely on anybody else. So this is the build guide that this is the build that I've been using throughout the closed beta, the beta preview event, and in this beta weekend into launch, so that you guys can get a look at um, my particular character. Now, um, the way that I choose to play is different from other players. Again, um, I particularly, I mentioned this in my why this is my favorite class to play. I suck at aiming, so I needed a class that wasn't going to be heavy on requiring me to do that well with aiming, because there's no aim assist in this game, or at least there's not as of this recording. So out of the gate, the Mentat has the Sentinel, which is this really cool turret that you can drop down, which does damage for like for about 15 seconds right now. That may change, of course, with balance passes and upgrades and all those other things. And then I followed that up with the next ability I took as soon as I was able to, was the Poison Capsule, which does an AoE effect. Those two abilities out of the gate allowed me to be very effective at taking down groups of three mobs, 2 to 3 mobs at a time, with a very specific strategy of shoot the poison dart at the group of mobs, drop back, wait to see who charges me, fire my rifle at them as they're coming, and then anybody who starts to get too close, drop the turret down, and that will take care of them as they're getting too close. Specifically, the turret is extremely useful at taking care of shielded enemies who are charging at you in the early stages of the game, when you're not going to necessarily have a disruptor or a way of effectively taking down shields outside of using the slow blade. And if you're not dealing too much melee combat and you're trying to stick to ranged. So again, this is all about a lower level build for the Mentat. So it's not about like the max level build. This isn't about the most optimal way to play the Mentat. This is just the low level stuff to get you going. So those two abilities, extremely powerful. After that, I focused entirely on the Mentat tree because of these passives. There's a passive ranged bonus there of 10%. There's that's later. That's the first one, and then the pistol damage, and then up here we did rifle damage, because you get a pistol right out of the gate. You craft a pistol during the tutorial, and then during the first shipwreck you go to, you get a rifle. So right out of the gate, you can get enhanced range damage, enhanced pistol damage, enhanced rifle damage. Then this ability allows you to take 25% headshot damage, although a reduction of body damage. And then this technique, Exploit Weakness, allows you to, when you're damaging an unshielded enemy with a ranged weapon, the hit location becomes a weak point, which you can then increase damage on with subsequent effects. So I use that technique at all times. Then over here in the poison tree, I immediately went for headshot damage, which gives me 15% more headshot damage, and then 20% ranged damage with the assassin shot. Now these are all, again, this is the starter build. So these are the tier 1 abilities of the Mentat. In order to go to tier 2 and beyond, you got to visit an advanced Mentat trainer. But this is all about the low level build guide. Now, once you've got these, again, my character is all about being able to solo small groups of enemies, but also being able to survive in the wild and do a lot of harvesting and crafting, because I like to do harvesting and crafting, making all my own gear as an example, and being able to make cool stuff and to be able to build structures. So, early on, you will meet through the main introduction quest, you will meet the planetologist. And the planetologist has some really cool passive bonuses for harvesting. You've got mining, um, power routing, which is good for your suspensor belt and stuff. You've got dew gathering, which is to get water. Um, uh, Bonus yields, bonus compaction yields, and then overcharge is also very nicely. And then, of course, being able to climb, have a reduced stamina cost while climbing so you don't fall off cliffs, and be able to capture more moisture when you get your still suits. And then over here, being able to be more fuel efficient as a driver, that's very, very useful. But also, in terms of me being a ranged character, it's kind of nice. You'll also get access to the trooper early on in the game. You get a bonus to range damage with him, as well as an additional bonus damage with the disruptor. And I use the disruptor a lot once I got it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call the disruptor an early level. I don't think I got it till about 15 hours into the game. You could probably do it more quickly, but that extra damage boost helps. And then anti-gravity field leading up to, I don't use any of those, but I do use the death from above, which is extremely useful as a technique. And the other thing I've taken with the Mentat is also I have both exploit weakness and marksman as my techniques. The other two things I've taken here with the Mentat is garment keeper, which allows me to have 20% reduced durability loss when I am maintaining, when I'm repairing my own stuff, and also tailoring. That does the repairing of a garment. Those are extremely useful. So for me, these are the abilities that I've used. I'm currently level 33, which I'm probably right now. This character, I think we did. We're about 15 hours, 15, 16 hours in right now. Um, so that's how long it's taken me to get to level 33. Other people do it more quickly. It's The leveling system here is a lot different than other games. So I think it goes to, I think the cap is 200. Don't quote me on that. I think the cap is 200. So it's going to be quite a while before we get to the cap. But the point I'm trying to make is that this is a low level guide. This is the first, it takes about 15 hours to get to this point, maybe 10 hours depending on how quickly you play. I spent a lot of time just roaming around the desert, harvesting resources, and building different structures and stuff. So for me, this has been the build that has helped get me to where I am. I've enjoyed this quite a bit. I've been kind of refining this build over the past roughly about a year. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. It works for me. I think that this works exceptionally well in most situations. Let me go if I can see if these guys are up really quick. And by the way, once you can get a shield, you won't have a shield in the early stages of the game, so I'm going to keep the shield off just so I can show you guys what this might look like if these guys are up at their camp. If they're not, you might be shit out of luck, but if they are up, I can show you guys a little bit of the combat. Because usually there's two, if not three guys. Oh no, that didn't sound good. Where did that come from? Oh, they're right over there. Somebody just got caught. Look at that. They're getting sent down. Those are the chum soldiers that just got sent down from the Sardaukar ship. Somebody got busted. It ain't me. That's the only important thing. Oh, crap. I dropped my... hit the wrong button. Let's get over to... I don't want to use my disruptor, though, because I don't want to show the disruptor since it's not an early weapon. Let's get the do thing out of the way. And... oh, I got rid of my other... oh, that's right. I switched out for the pistol. That's right. Never mind. We're good. I forgot that I had switched weapons. So this is essentially like my automatic rifle that I had before. So let's go over here. We're good. I forgot I got a new weapon today, and I got rid of my rifle in favor of this automatic pistol. But it's the same firing rate, essentially. So it's just like the rifle that you would get early on in the game. So, There should be, yep, there's at least one right there, probably two. So let me go over here so that I can show you guys what this looks like if I can avoid getting seen. So we would go up in here, we would drop a poison thing. There may only be the one. Boom. And then we drop back. We see if he follows. There he is. And I got him with a headshot. And he's down. This time there was only one there, so I didn't need to drop my turret. But the turret is nice because you could drop it, and then you have to pop it again, and it pops up, and then it'll start shooting at whoever's there. And then, of course, the ritual of you gotta get their blood, man. Tasty. And let's loot whatever's in the box. And then we can go back to our base down here with my delicious suspensor belt, which I absolutely love. And then we can go inside, drop off our blood at the refiner, and be on our way. So there you have it, everybody. That is my quick and simple low-level build guide for the Mentat. That's how I play my Mentat. You might play yours differently, but that works for me. Hopefully the guide was helpful. If it was, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more. There's tons of guides down in that playlist below, and we'll see you in the next one. Daily streams at around 5 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch. Stay safe out there, everybody. Happy gaming.